to the build kit review and welcome back to the channel. This week I'm showing you one of my all-time favorite cars. Well, in fact, other than the Ford Maverick, this is my all-time favorite car. It's a 1966 Ford Galaxie 507 liter. It's a great looking car, at least I think so. I think this one is the best design to come from any of the big three, from probably 1957 to today is the very best inside this period, and the car is just amazing. It's an evolution of the 65 Ford Galaxie that had the then completely new frame with torque boxes and more fixation points from between frame and body, what gave the Galaxie a ride that was superior to any other car of the period, and it was quieter even than the Rolls-Royce of the same year. Yeah, that's true. The 7-liter version of the Galaxie was kind of a sporty package that Ford offered with the then new 428 cubic inches FE V8. The 428 was not the most hot engine available for the Galaxie. The hotter engine was the 427, especially the R code that came with a hotter camshaft and two 4-barrel carburetors. That was not much of an easy engine to drive in town, but will give the Galaxie a pretty nice go power. You could also get over the counter on your friendly Ford dealer the dealer installed 427 SOHC, or the Ford Hemi. That was by far the very best Hemi engine ever manufactured. Well, going back to the model, this is an AMT kit. I painted it original factory color Amber Glow. The color came a little on the dark side because I used gray primer. Big mistake. I shouldn't have used gray primer, and the color resulted a little to the dark side and is not perfectly what it should be. The kit was built almost completely box stock to represent a 66 Ford Galaxie 7-liter, and all 1966 Ford Galaxie 7-liter had a mandatory pinstriping on the body. This pinstriping I did with very thin custom made decals, and I also custom made decals for the 7-liter badge here and for the 7-liter badge here and for the 500 badge here. The interior is the red option. Let's show in more detail. The red option is in fact more or less of a 3-tone red with perforated vinyl on the center where is the darker red, both front and rear seats. I used real carpeting on this model. I detail painted the dash, used a lot of foil on the interior to replicate what Ford would have done. The interior is not exactly accurate because the interior tub is from the convertible, and all AMT kits come from the factory with this interior tub, the same of the convertible, so it's not exactly super accurate. Well, other than that, the steering wheel is not correct for the 7-liter. The 7-liter had a 3-spoke steering wheel with wood grain, imitation wood grain on the wheel itself, and it was basically the same steering wheel that came on the Mustang. The engine is the original from the kit, 428 FE. I added a few details here on this engine. I added the brake booster and master black brake cylinder. I added spark plug wires and the fuel line. Also added the heater lines and added the power steering pump with its pressure and return lines going to where the steering box would be. Added a washer baggie that came from a 66 Ford Fairlane kit, and also added this little hand here on top of the radiator that holds the radiator in place on the real car. The Ford lettering on the hood was brush painted. Here on the trunk lid, yeah, it was also brush painted. I'll try to give you guys a closer look on my custom decal for the 7-liter badge. Let's see if the camera will focus. Focus, camera. Come on. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. She's slow today. I'm a little worried about my battery that's going to end. Well, so long. Also, I detail painted the stock XL and 7-liter version full well cover in the correct colors for a 66 Galaxie, front and rear. I used on this car the Firestone wide oval tires that are the best for the car. They are not skinny. They're not too skinny for the car. The underside I painted black. Just the differential pumpkin, I painted the correct color. I think I wasn't much in the mood for painting the primer on the underside like I did on my 65 Ford Galaxie. But I plan on building another one of those with a little more detail. Let's try to show a little more of the interior, if the camera will focus. Yeah. And odd enough, this car came with the 4-speed top loader transmission, with the manual 4-speed shifter, but on the tub you have the automatic transmission brake pedal. That was something I missed. I should have fixed, but I missed. So if you're going to build one, you have to fix that. I plan to fix that on my next build of this kit. The 66 Ford Galaxie has what I call, any day, a very inspired design. Just love those cars. I think the 4-door sedan is actually nicer looking than the 2-door, and that was kind of a flaw on the kit's manufacturing back in the day, as they never cared much for the 4 doors, and the 4 doors sold so much more than the coupes and the fastbacks, and I think they are better looking too. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this little build kit review on the 66 Ford Galaxie 500 7-liter. That is basically a Ford Galaxie 500 XL with a little sporty dressing. And keep tuned up for next videos, and I hope to post some more on the 56 Ford that I'm building very soon. Thanks again for watching, and have a great week.